Wait, you just did you just launch? Okay. All right. Well, I guess I'm ready. Here we go. Oh.
It's after 4.
Oh.
He is coming for you.
Yeah, I was going to say that. My goodness, I know.
Yes.
You know it's bad when production is reading me.
Right.
When sweet Lexi goes, oh my gosh, they're so... Oh my goodness.
We have to give you a hard time
Goodness.
so we know you're still with us.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. No, I'll be good. I'm getting all these last minute instructions, South Florida. They're all telling me what to do. They won't sit in the seat, but they tell me what to do. Well, good evening, South Florida and America, and welcome to It's Happening Out, the world's most popular live gay television talk show. It's 9 p.m. Wednesday, August 11th, and I'm your anchor of this show, Al Ferguson. Let's start by meeting tonight's host. First up, let's welcome Faye. What? She's a radio and television personality and has the very popular blog and YouTube channel. She is an animal advocate and owner of Faye's Fur Family, and you can see her on the Faye What show on Tuesdays at 7:30 p.m. And I'm loving it, by the way. That's Eastern Time. Good evening, Faye.
Good evening. I love you guys. Hey, make sure if you missed yesterday's episode, make sure you catch it live. Our own Miss Lexi Goza was on the show with me, and she was fabulous. I'm so happy to be here.
Oh, lesbian titans activate. All right.
Yes.
Let's welcome Gregg Shapiro. He is an entertainment journalist and a renowned LGBTQ plus writer. Gregg is the author of 7 books, including the 2021 expanded edition of his short story collection, How to Whistle. Lexi doesn't know how to whistle, I understand. Good evening, Gregg.
Good evening. Happy to be here. Happy to be anywhere, actually. Yes, thank you.
Absolutely. All right. And of course, let's welcome Lexi Goza. She is chair of the Miami-Dade Gay and Lesbian Chambers Women's Empowerment Council and a board member of the Aqua Foundation for Women. That's a girl's thing, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is
Girls
Aqua
thing.
Foundation.
All right. Aqua Foundation. They give me $5 every time I say Aqua Foundation. Right, exactly. Lexi also owns a very prominent State Farm insurance agency in downtown Miami. Good evening, Lexi.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm super excited to be here, and definitely check out Faye What. We had an incredible conversation about lesbian dating. Woo.
Oh, good.
We date. We have sex too.
Good.
Sometimes.
And finally, last and least, let's welcome Gordon Woodworth III. I'm only kidding, of course. They are genderqueer, non-binary, and he is one of those Gen Zers we all talk about. They are also a pagan and a data specialist at Broward House. Gordon also runs an alt-space VR channel called Pagans in Virtual Reality. Good evening, Gordon.
Well, thank you, Al. I'm the least only by comparison because you are so much older than me. But if you're interested in pagan topics, check out Pagans in VR on AltSpace. This Saturday, we're going to be having a class about finding your guides taught by the illustrious Nia Witch. So check us out.
Excellent. All right. Well, good evening, South Florida, America. We are the first and most popular live LGBTQ plus.
Did you start drinking already, Al?
Actually, I have. Talk show in the world. We have so much to talk about. Next on It's Happening Out.
This week on It's Happening Out. Join us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. It all starts right now, live on It's Happening Out.
Well, you're watching a live and unedited LGBTQ plus talk show. Faye and Lexi think that they're on The View, so don't tell them. Anything can happen here. So if you're on YouTube, make sure to subscribe and lick the bell.
Wow,
Click
lick.
the
Lesbians
bell.
lick. Lesbians lick.
Click the bell for updates. And if you're on Facebook, like or share this video. All right, let's get started. Right away, we begin as we have for almost 3 years. And by the way, we're getting ready to celebrate our 3rd year anniversary of It's Happening Out. More than 150 episodes of this show. Last week, more than 50,000 of you watched us in YouTube alone. Thank you.
With
very
all the
much.
crazy stuff that we talk about, they haven't thrown us out yet. That's
Yeah,
incredible.
no, they haven't. All right, let's begin with what we call our unique meme of the week. And this week, it's called, What Are You When You're Bi and Single? All right, we're showing what you. If you're by yourself.
Aww. Cute doggy.
Yes.
Does bi exist?
Of course, bi exists. Are we gonna have this conversation? We are gonna have this conversation
second
again.
time tonight.
Yes, bisexual people do exist. Some people use it as just like a gateway to their true,
a gateway
authentic
drug?
self.
It is
No, some people use it as such, but some people are really just, bisexual.
So it's a
forever.
gateway drug.
It's not a gateway drug.
Gay-
No, I remember when I came out to my
gateway.
mom and told her I was bisexual. She said I was just being greedy.
Oh,
That's funny. I like your mother a lot. Greg, you came out bi first.
No,
Did you?
I'm a Kinsey 6. I have never.
What is a Kinsey 6?
what's a
This is-
Kinsey
Is there a Kinsey 5?
So the
Should I want to be a
Kinsey's-
Kinsey 10?
First off, he just told you he's 1950s.
Yes, I'm 102 years old.
Kinsey.
The Kinsey scale, Kinsey 0 is been with exclusively with the opposite gender.
Like a gold
Kinsey
star,
6
right? Like a
Yeah.
gold
is
star?
never been with.
God,
yes.
these are terms.
so you're-
both of those
So
are
I'm
terms
a-
we don't
I'm a
use
Kinsey
anymore, you
six.
guys.
Yeah.
I hope
Okay,
you know.
and Lexi, did you come out bisexual first? Men first?
No, I mean,
was girls
I
first?
was with men first,
Oh,
but I
well,
never
okay.
said I was bisexual.
Right. Well, you were with men first because
Being
you
with
were-
men was a phase for her.
Yeah.
Correct. That was my phase. Yes.
Okay, and Gordon, you've never even considered it, have you?
Oh
You've never
yeah,
been
no,
with
I,
women?
I still have sex with women. I just like men way more.
Yeah.
But honestly, I feel like the
I've
whole.
lost total interest in the conversation.
No,
Let's move on.
Moving on.
I'm only kidding.
I feel like the only difference between the different terms, either bisexual, pansexual, whatever, is really just a generational thing. I think that people older than myself, that if they were my age, they might have said, I'm pansexual, I'm demisexual, omnisexual, all these different things, but there was only one word.
Yeah.
The catch-all was bisexual.
Yeah.
Sure.
Have you been speaking for the last couple of minutes? Because I really can't tell.
Well, you should turn your hearing aid up and you'll be able to hear me.
It's Happening Out is part of. It's on. It's on. It's Happening Out is part of the Happening Out television network. That includes Hotspots Magazine and WMEG events. We are part of Florida's largest LGBTQ plus media network, and we bring you the best of LGBTQ news, entertainment, and support for our LGBTQ community. All right. After listening to Gordon, who needs a drink? Does everybody?
All of you.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm the one that precipitates a
Yeah,
drink?
right, exactly. All right, let's play our yes or no game called I'd Swallow That. It's actually my favorite part of the show. It gets me into trouble sometimes, hopefully not tonight.
Especially when you drink before.
And we invite you to play, don't reveal my secrets. We invite you at home to play right along with us as I ask these hosts 4 questions. If they agree with the question, they're going to take the shot. I assure you, these shots are everything. Lexi is already swooning, just smelling the liquor in this.
Let's get our inhibitions out of the way before the opinion part of the show.
Exactly. And if you...
And for all my supporters, okay, I am drinking cranberry juice. I did not break my sobriety, all right? I'm just making sure that all those UTIs are on check, all right? Cranberry juice right
I should have
here.
gotten through the
Ditto.
whole show
And
without
we
hearing
support
about
you.
your UTIs.
Sorry, buddy.
By the way, if they disagree, well, you don't take the shot, and it's going to be a really long night for me. The script says something differently, but it's going to be a really long night for me. So let's play I'd Swallow That. Okay, we all ready? Here we go. For the 2nd year in a row, the largest pride in Europe and in the United Kingdom has been canceled due to pandemic. Question number 1. I'd swallow that. London Pride September cancellation is what I expect we're going to see in LGBTQ plus America. Ooh, boy, we took those quickly. Gordon, you slammed that down. You think London is our future?
I think that in all the states that believe in science, like California, for example, that's now requiring teachers to get vaccines and or tested. I think we're going to see more cancellations coming because there's too much vaccine hesitancy in this country.
And crowds, the size of the crowds. I mean, the Chicago Pride Festival has been moved to October. That usually brings about 1 million people in. And who knows if that's even going to happen.
They didn't even slow down last week, though, for Market Days.
Market Days was crazy.
Did not even slow down. I saw pictures that were like,
I know.
Wow, I wished I was right in the middle of it. And you know what's weird? I would have been completely happy being right in the middle of it because I've had COVID. I've been vaccinated. Maybe it's appropriate at times for masks. Maybe at times it's not appropriate. But at the end of the day, all of the conversation about COVID is not really directed at me. It's directed at those
unvaccinated.
Unvaccinated.
Okay, but we also have to mention that a lot of people that are vaccinated are also getting COVID as well. This new Delta is like my ex-girlfriend, psycho and furious. I mean, it's like, before just a regular COVID, you could maybe hit 1 or 2 people. This Delta, you can contract 6 or 7. It's just, it's relentless. So everybody really still get vaccinated, get everything done. The London Pride had 1.7 million people that went in 2019. That would be a huge super spreader if they were to have it again. Our prides are a little smaller, and our governor sucks big. You can fill in the blank. I don't see
Dick is the word you're looking for.
I'm a lady.
Yeah.
Cock. So, I don't see us. I don't know about our prides. I could not say with a clear conscience if they'll still go or not.
Before we move on, in clarity, Queer News Tonight, we report on breakthrough infections, which is what Faye is talking about. Breakthrough infections in the United States are sitting at around 25,000. 25,000 people have contracted COVID-19 after being fully vaccinated. But we remind you that is at approximately 165 million people. 25,000. So we've got to make sure that we keep that in perspective.
And the deaths are much lower.
Yeah, and right, and the statistics for deaths and hospitalizations are even much lower. All right, let's move on. First, Sports Illustrated did it, then the Olympics, and now a transgender person is on the cover of the top fashion magazine in the world. Question number 2, I'd swallow that. Ariel Nicholson being the first transgender cover model of Vogue is a game changer for the LGBTQ plus acceptance.
Definitely.
We all agree with that.
I'm not drinking it. I don't know if it's a game changer. Laverne Cox was on Vogue, on British Vogue years ago, back in 2019, 2018.
Honey, you've got to let that go.
I'm not going to let that go. My point is that this was a long time coming, of course. I mean, it's like, we're cool. So yeah, let's put a beautiful trans woman on the cover of Vogue.
That's British Vogue, though. We're talking American Vogue here. Okay?
Did you hear the massive read that was just... we're going to have UK viewers go... What?
No, but it's a huge difference in the way gay people are treated in Europe as here. And I don't think that her being on the cover in itself is the game changer. I think that it's a symbol that the game has changed.
Symbol?
Look at you playing with the words. Wow. All right.
And she's gorgeous. I mean, obviously, you said that, Faye. She is beautiful.
Look, this is me being her.
Hey, I'm looking at this right now and I'm thinking, no, she's not.
No, not even.
This is one of those things that in the future they'll find it like the Mona Lisa and say, is she smiling?
Yeah.
Right. We can't
Exactly.
stop.
All right, let's move on because I haven't heard anything that I really like. After 3 years in South Florida, I finally found a guy with enough personality to date. Meet my new guy, Henry. Henry, I love you. Watch this.
Hi, Aaron. It is great to see you again.
I'm not
How
Aaron.
are you this afternoon?
Oh, Aaron is from yesterday.
That was the person that interviewed
I
him.
really want to be the best I can be so that you are so happy. I wish you a great afternoon. I was thinking about you. Baby, would you like me to recite a poem for you?
I just can't even tell you what Henry can do with that mouth. Question number 3. I'd swallow that. Are gay, erotic robot companions the future of equality? Wait, we're going to start with Gregg because he says absolutely no shot for me. He won't swallow that.
Well, first of all, I need to know more about the hardware. Also, he's going to recite a poem. That means he's going to take the place of gay men and poets? No, thank you.
Oh,
You're going to be out of a job, Greg.
I was gonna say.
You're going to be replaced.
Yeah,
feeling a little
exactly.
They say that the penis is like bionic on this thing, you know? And this didn't understand. This is not just come out. This company has been making these life-size dolls for like over 2 decades, you know, and now they've come out with this guy, with your new boyfriend.
Did
now.
anybody think when they were watching that it was like, if you ever really wanted to sample a Gen Zer, this is so much better. Just so much better. Did anyone else think that?
No, just you.
no,
Oh,
just you.
that was not subtle.
I just want to see the female version. I don't know about you.
Henrietta, where's Henrietta?
I'm not even going to address that comment, but I'm just going to say I took the shot because I see the future in stuff like this. Obviously, that robot is way too uncanny right now to be anything close to a companion, but as a person who is always in VR, I see technology really being a part of our
It's a
future.
very good point. Yeah. I wish I could recall it. The movie that we saw that Steven Spielberg did in the future with the robots and Haley Joel Osment.
Yeah,
AI?
Yeah.
Remember the sex robot? That's what I was thinking of.
And the movie Her with Joaquin Phoenix.
No, I didn't see that.
Oh, I love that movie.
Come in real handy during quarantine, right? Like one of those robots and you're home alone. I mean, you know.
There's
when
no
we're
gay man that would say that because we didn't even slow down.
No.
The pandemic. We just didn't. The girls might have, but the guys didn't. All right, let's move on. Aaron Carter went from pop singer to naked boy on OnlyFans. Have you been watching what he's doing? Well, now he's combining the two together because he's joining naked boys singing. Question number 4. I'd swallow that. Aaron Carter says he loves doing OnlyFans ahead of the naked show that is coming. And oh, by the way, I love it too. Do we agree?
Do you see my face? It's like, look, Aaron Carter, maybe he stopped the meth and the cocaine, but he's full of benzos and other stuff, okay? That fool is like, nobody wants to see that crap. No, dude, go get another tattoo on your face.
Gordon,
Get it, you're a
you are.
lesbian.
No.
We get it. I don't like
Gordon,
wow.
I'm sorry. No, man.
It's all about penis.
Listen,
I
if you,
got
okay,
it.
it's all about, no, it's nothing to do with the penis. Very good looking. I'd rather the iRobot than that Aaron guy. I mean, that's
Right?
really the
Why?
reality of it all. He's nasty. Like, he's just nasty. And then you look at his brother. I like Nick Carter, all about it. OnlyFans, let's go. I subscribe right now.
Right?
Is this
Okay,
the
what do you
one-
feel
is
about
this
that?
the one that's the Trump supporter?
I was going to say, actually, no. It's
Oh, okay. Well, then I don't care. You know, do your thing, honestly. Make your coin, girl. Do it.
make your coin.
And it's a slippery slope from Backstreet Boy to Naked Boy. I gotta tell you, it's.
Yeah.
But at least he still gets to.
Well, he wasn't in Backstreet Boys.
What
was
is
his
it
brother. It was his
slippery
brother.
with?
Oh, he was the brother.
He was the
but
brother, yeah.
What is
Slippery
it slippery
slope.
with, though?
Slippery foot.
What do you think it's with?
He looks like he doesn't bathe, and I know you like that, Al, but like, I like clean men, you know? Like, no.
You like
Yeah.
clean men now?
Yeah.
Once a month.
Yes, she has shared this in the past. Once a month. That's allowed.
That's it. And the moment's gone. It's usually like at 3 in the morning, like on a Tuesday, when
Right.
everybody's asleep.
Oh my goodness.
You have my number, Faye.
Right. Lexi, Aaron Carter, how does he fall in your spreadsheet?
It's a hard pass for me too. I'm gonna say on this one.
Hard pass.
Hard
Aaron.
pass.
Aaron, I'm so sorry.
No, he looks like he needs a Silkwood shower. You're right. Yeah.
And I agree with Faye
Silkwood
100%.
shower.
I would totally pick Henry over Aaron Carter.
But if he doesn't talk, does it change your?
But he does talk.
But he does.
That's the thing. And he talks too
yeah.
much.
Okay.
Have you,
Oh, and now he's gonna sing.
and,
Yeah.
And
I want
Henry,
him to
we
sing
could
into my
program.
ass, though. That's what I'm saying.
hello, is it me you're looking for? I mean, I don't even know where that came from,
All
guys.
right. I don't either. All right. Next up, let's move out of I'd swallow that. Next up, let's consider the best thing of the week. It's a segment that we do that brings attention to things that we think is or are very interesting. This week, it's called Billy Porter. He inspires us as Fab G in Cinderella's first full trailer. Oh my goodness, watch this.
This is it. Dresses by Ella.
Here's a laugh. This girl fancies herself a businessman.
Cinderella, it's only my love for your father, rest his soul, that stands between you and a life on the street. I have to make a life for myself. I'll sell one of my signature dresses. Soon everyone will know my name.
To make sure your nuptials are done properly, we shall hold a ball. You shall find a bride.
Somebody to love.
Cinderella, you don't need to go to the ball.
Please, stepmother, I spent weeks making this dress. My future depends on it.
Yes! I am your fabulous godmother. Do you want to go to that ball and meet a bunch of rich people who will change your life?
Yes, I was just crying and singing about it like 2 minutes ago.
Then go, you shall!
Oh, look at that. This is different. I didn't
Okay, Dad, you said you wanted to be a businesswoman. It's magic time.
Holy.
Where's my tail? I can't balance without my tail!
Here I go again. I'm imagining a world outside. I'm
Oh my God, it didn't happen. And even if it did happen,
Hi. Would you like to dance?
right now. Where did you get that dress? I designed it.
I pick you to be my princess.
What about my work? I don't want a life stuck waving from a royal box any more than a life confined to a basement.
If it's a million to wait, I'm gonna be that one. And if it's
I have dreams that I have to chase.
I'm gonna be the sun, and I just can't afford.
Marry him and all of our problems will be solved. It's too late. Life outside this basement starts right now.
The world's half asleep. It's gonna wake up and sing.
They're glass. Any way you can make them more comfortable?
No.
But you just did a whole thing.
Even magic has its limits.
Category is fabulousness. What do y'all think?
Yes, I can't wait. I am so in love with this storyline. Let me just tell you, as a female entrepreneur, I love that they are making her open her own business and leading with that and choosing it over being a kept woman.
Wait, you just watched this and you thought about the LGBT Business Chamber of Commerce?
Of course. Have you met me? I mean,
Yes. I think Billy Porter is beyond fabulous. I think he's going to steal the whole entire movie from what's her name. I mean, I wish there was more gay representation.
What's her name?
Camila Cabello. Yeah, got it. But I mean, like, it just, listen, she's adorable. She sings great. She's pretty to look at. But I mean, it's Billy Porter. Like, she doesn't stand a chance. You know? I mean for this queer person, okay? You know, the little kids are gonna love her, and the whole thing is just fantastic. I wish there was more gay in there. I mean, Fab G is gay enough.
Can you get?
I get it. And am I the only one that noticed? Did you notice that the Amazon Prime logo has like a penis that like just goes right under it? Right? Doesn't that look like a penis?
I will never
look
see
at
that
it
the same way
Look!
again.
Look!
Faye, come on.
Well, I just want to say I agree with what Faye just said. Billy Porter is really the reason I'm going to be watching this movie. I'm so excited. I hope the writing's good. I hope they don't mess it up. And to answer your question, Elle, it could be a gayer story because you know what? It's still a story celebrating a heterosexual relationship and a heteronormative setup. And you know what? I can't wait for the next one when it's a gay story and we can really piss off all those right-wingers.
How about Cinderella?
Oh,
exactly.
I like that.
Right?
Isn't that the porn version?
I
think I saw that.
I wouldn't watch that
Falcon
one.
Films made that one.
But Billy Porter can do no wrong. Except for that Tiffany Haddish movie, Like a Boss.
Oh, I like that movie.
Right. How appropriate, though, for to celebrate gayness in a Disney classic. This is a story from the 1930s. This is one of the original 10 pictures that Walt Disney himself greenlit at Burbank Studios in California. If he were alive today, we literally would have to roll him back into the freezer if he saw this movie as the fairy godmother, using the word fairy, and it'd be a man, male, and it'd be Billy Porter over the top. Literally, it would kill Walt Disney.
Good.
Yes.
Well, he's already dead, so it doesn't matter.
All right. Well,
Tell us how you really feel.
Apparently, that's how we feel about Walt Disney.
Okay.
He also hated the Jews, so I mean,
Yeah. All right. Well,
we can roll him back in the freezer.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, let's move on. Happy dance. Let's move on to our segment that is called "What's on Your Mind." Each host. Wait, I don't have my bell.
No, because I took away your bell.
need
I have
my bell.
confiscated your bell.
Find my bell, woman. Each host will tell us in just 30 seconds what is important to them this week. But remember, in just 30 seconds, or you hear this, let's begin with Faye. What?
Faye,
what's on your mind?
What? So, you know what's on my mind, guys? Sex. Sex is on my mind. But here's the problem. Food and sex do not mix, all right? Food and sex do not mix. I have chocolate syrup in places that you should not have chocolate syrup at, okay? And edible underwear do not taste good. Someone needs to make some edible underwear that tastes yummy, like fruit roll-ups. They lie. They say it tastes like cherry, but it really doesn't, okay? Now, sex should just be fine, just how it is. Don't bring the kitchen into the bedroom. If you want to have sex in the kitchen, that's something different.
Thank you. And by the way, Monday I was at a fundraiser for Miss Florida. And
For Velvet Lenore, that we love. Hi,
Lenore.
Velvet.
And I was with Faye, and it was a buffet at Lips Club, drag club here in South Florida. And Faye went to the buffet so many times. When she says she knows all about food, I assure you, South Florida, Faye, what? Knows a lot about food.
My name is Faye. Buffet. You get it? Like, I love buffets. I don't drink, people. I got to do something.
Right. All right. Gregg Shapiro, what's on your mind this week?
The Lambda variant. I propose that we tell every religious fanatic and every Republican that the Lambda variant will make them gay, and just watch vaccination rates increase.
Soar.
That's genius.
They would soar.
What?
Are you done?
Done.
Boy, you got right to it. All right. Lexi, Goza, what is on your mind this week?
So on my mind this week is a leadership succession in the LGBTQ plus community. So everyone knows that I'm a board member for Aqua Foundation for Women, and they are currently recruiting mentors for their Aqua Foundation Scholarship Program.
Oh, nice.
So please, if you are a lesbian and you live in South Florida, contact Aqua Foundation for Women. You can go to their website. You can email me, Lexi at lexigoza.com, or Grace at aquafoundation.com. We definitely need mentors for our up-and-coming LGBTQ scholars who we provide a scholarship to, and in return they participate in volunteer activities and a mentoring relationship. I've been a mentor for 2 years. It's incredibly rewarding.
Could I lie and apply?
Of course.
Yeah.
We welcome everyone.
Yeah. No, you don't. And Gordon Woodworth III, what's on your mind this week?
So I'm going to nerd out for a second. So I'm really inspired by the fact that the infrastructure bill has been passed in the Senate this week. I'm very happy to see that. I'm really excited to see it go through the House. And what I've been thinking a lot about this week is, as you know, I'm a Druid and I study mythology a lot. There's a myth about a Welsh god called Nuth Law Eraint, and basically his story, or part of his story, is that there were 3 plagues that came in his kingdom, and he defeated each of them by working together with different people to fight it, and used his brains and also his ability as a warrior to do it. And I'm inspired by our ability to work together as a government to fight a pandemic, and I'm hoping we can be inspired by him and those myths to do the same now.
What do you think, Faye? All right, well, next up, let's catch up with the news from the world of entertainment. The White Lotus. Let's pause a moment because I'm going to get ready to shock you if you don't know about this story. HBO Max's latest drama concluded their 4th episode with a rimming scene that still has viewers shook. Everybody's been talking about it. The series follows some wealthy vacationers as they visit a luxurious Hawaiian resort, and there are many beautiful stars in the show. But all eyes are currently on Lucas Gage, who was on the receiving end of the butt play on the episode. So, our entertainment news has to do with HBO Max's The White Lotus, as it leaves LGBTQ plus America shook over the rim job scene. Holy hole, Batman!
Oh my goodness!
What did y'all think?
Now, I don't keep track of how many of those kinds of scenes have been on cable shows, but
none.
But Queer as Folk, Queer as Folk, the American version of Queer as Folk, absolutely had a scene like that. Really? That said,
I don't remember that.
I
remember 9 Inch Night, but I don't remember.
I haven't seen White Lotus yet, and I'm looking forward to watching it. That's all.
I'm glad they went there because it's realistic. Our lives, that's what's in our lives. That's how our sex lives are, you know? And of course there's still gonna be haters. Of course, you know, after all that, there was still somebody that were like, oh, that wasn't authentic. That's not how you really do it. And I'm like, come on, haters? I mean.
Okay, first of all, live fast, eat ass. Okay, I love this. Okay, they're not the first ones to do it. Obviously, we had the L Word before, and we had Sense 8 before, where there's, gay sex scenes, obviously. But, I put it out there, provoke people, I love it. And all I can really say is, nice.
It totally distracted me with the Sense8 reference. I love that show so much, and I wish they would come back.
Same. Fund it.
Wow. You should put that saying on t-shirts, Gordon.
Live fast, eat ass. I didn't make that up.
I'm curious, was anybody at the table paying attention to White Lotus before this?
No.
So
not on my radar.
So how genius of them to do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
How genius.
But only HBO would have the balls.
Of course.
Yeah.
Or the butt.
The White Lotus,
there we
as it
go.
were.
All right. Well, that's our discussion tonight on entertainment. Next, we report that we're broadcasting from the Sunshine Studios, supporting Sunshine Cathedral. The network broadcasts the largest LGBTQ religious broadcast in the world with more than 30,000 watching every Sunday at 10:30 a.m. Eastern, and it's totally live. We encourage you to tune in. Our campaign of sponsorship here proudly supports Sunshine Cathedral is my queer church. Watch this.
My name is Cici Glitzer, and I am the German sensation in Miami. Don't forget, if the world is bitter, put on some glitzer. And Sunshine Cathedral is my queer church.
She is so cute. Finally, we thank It's Happening Out's hotel sponsor, Best Western I-95 Fort Lauderdale. This is the closest and best choice to the famous Wilton Drive and our host and guest stay at this LGBTQ ally partner. We encourage you to stay here when visiting South Florida. Well, up next, if we were standing around the LGBTQ water cooler, this is what we would all be talking about. We refer to it as the hot topic of the week. Now, what has dominated television over the last 14 days?
Olympics.
Yes.
There it is. Well,
gays.
And there it is. So, at least 182 out athletes from 30 countries attended the Tokyo Games. In fact, when it first started an announcement, the first number we reported at Queer News Tonight was 100, and it continued to grow all during the games. And that number of 182 is more than 3 times the number who competed in just the 2016 Summer Games in Rio de Janeiro, according to the LGBTQ sports site Outsports. At least 55 of those athletes who competed in 35 different sports won medals. In fact, if the LGBTQ Olympians competed as their own country, affectionately Outsports labeled it Team LGBTQ by Outsports magazine. They would have ranked, by the way, 11th in the total medal count, right behind France, but before Canada. And we always like to be before Canada. With 32 team and individual medals, 11 gold, 12 silver, and 9 bronze. So let's take one final look. Our hot topic this week, beyond history, as we watched the gayest Olympics ever, as Team LGBTQ earns 32 medals at Tokyo's Olympics, including the first trans gold medal in history. What did y'all think about what we've watched in the last 2 weeks?
Trailblazing, amazing, incredible. Like I never even saw an Olympics before. I told you guys, and I was totally raptured by this thing just because we were so represented in all these athletic sports. It was just incredible. And the Rapinoe kiss right there, oh, I love that.
Yeah.
You know, is it bad though? I know that they're engaged, but I want to have sex with Rapinoe and I want to have the medals as pasties.
Hello, every lesbian on the planet. So I don't think you're alone in that.
Big orgy with Rapinoe.
If Steve in production could put that picture up one more time.
Yes, please.
I'll
look at it 175,000 times.
You know, this was the first live gay lesbian kiss ever in history at the Olympics.
Really?
I love that.
And Rapinoe won a silver, the most famous of the two, for soccer. No, I'm sorry, a bronze. She won bronze. Her fiance won a gold medal.
And this is her last Olympics, right?
Both of them is their last.
Do you think they put the medals on the bed when they're having sex?
Yes, or use them as pasties. You stick them to the press and then you wing them around.
Knowing you girls, they're probably placing them other places,
I'm
which y'all
thinking so,
mentioned.
yes.
So far.
But also, let's talk about the really, I mean, that is really important, but let's talk about the other really important issue at hand here, the most vulnerable section of our LGBTQ community that was represented this go around, the trans community.
Laurel Hubbard was incredible. That woman is a beast.
And you know what? She's still getting all of this criticism in the media, and they're talking about her. She came in last.
Yes, last.
She didn't even place. Yeah.
She's proving that these myths that are being said are a myth.
Yeah.
But you know, I just hope that there are more people that come after her that are trans to show that trans people deserve to be included in sport. And as a non-binary person, I want to point out, I'm hoping that this regulation dispute that's going on about the hormones might lead to a degendering of the sports so that all people can really compete and compete based on their ability, not based on their physicality alone.
You know, and the headline that the focus that you just talked about is really important. I've got to turn to Gregg because another big headline in this story is
old people at the Olympics.
Is how much gay cisgendered gay men loved the Olympics, and Gregg was our correspondent on that. Tell us about how much you loved the Olympics, Gregg.
You know what I really loved? I loved the gold Rolex on her wrist. Kiss picture.
That's what you noticed?
I really focused on the,
We get it, you're gay.
How about all the swimming and the field?
How about the naked Tongan?
The basketball,
lost on
softball,
gone, lost.
So it's still, even with all of this, had no effect on you.
Zero, zippo.
Yeah.
None.
Yeah.
Don't hate me, just.
Yeah, well, we can't. Oh, there's lots of judgment.
No judgment from me.
Come on. No, from me, there's tremendous judgment. But you know what's funny about this is a very significant point of view in the among gay men.
For sure.
That sports, as many people that play in the gay softball leagues, there's 100 times more that go, no, not so much. Sweating? Well, I'm not going to sweat that way.
But we have to outgrow that, because this is putting a world view on our community. And this isn't just, the liberal places like Europe. Right. This is the whole world. And they're seeing us. This is an important opportunity for us. And the Olympics hasn't always been so progressive.
As we finish conversation for the Olympics, let me just point out to the observation you just made, a couple of the big moments. Daly, the
crochet guy.
Talk so about how much.
That's how I'm going to remember him. He brought crocheting back and he made it cool. He made a little koozie thing for his medal. How adorable. There is a whole class now.
Watching divers while he's crocheting.
Listen, there is a teacher now down in Miami that just started a crochet group because of this guy.
Yeah.
Think about it. They used to make doilies and crap out of crochet, and they're making gold medal holders. That's incredible.
Yeah.
And he's adorable.
Another big story. Well, no, I'm not going to tell that story because we're going to do it in our just our short flash stories. How about the Filipino athlete that is doing the after interview of winning a silver medal and says, I'm a lesbian, and what this means to the LGBTQ community in the Philippines, of how this is one of the most critical moments in Filipino history of having a lesbian woman.
Visibility and representation.
She says it live, where it can't be taken back and it can't be edited.
Right.
The entire LGBTQ world hears, wait, that's why Outsports, I think, gets it right. Hashtag Team LGBTQ, because that Filipino is representing everyone.
And she's able to go back to her country, because there are some athletes that are coming out and saying that they can't go back to their country.
Go back, exactly.
But you can't pretend the Philippines is a walk in the park either.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
a heavily Catholic nation, and they do not treat gay people well.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's been a big 2 weeks. I just recapped the soundbite. 3 times the number of LGBTQ athletes than just 4 years ago. 4 years ago in Rio was double what took place in 2012. So as a result, people are getting more comfortable in being able to come out in what is perceived as sport and that effect. But more importantly, I think the number one story that came out of the Olympics was the International Olympic Committee and the national sports bodies that participate, 71 sports bodies in the Olympics, all coming out saying, wait, LGBTQ rights are critically important and they will be protected. And as they say it over and over again, that trickles into organizations like the NFL and the NBA. Yes. And it just creates all kinds of things that will be positive for LGBT. And so when we go to Paris in 2024, gay Paris.
But we can't forget about these athletes right now. Okay, follow them on social media, support them, make sure that they come back, make them the stars that they really deserve to be. Just because they're LGBTQ+, make them even bigger than they are, because we have to support our own.
But also keep the pressure up on the Olympic Committee, because they're renegotiating their standards for hormones. So we need to keep an eye on them and make sure that they're going to support equity.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, let's do some more headlines. Let's explore our LGBTQ+ world this week with some silly headlines and some important headlines in the LGBTQ+ news this week. We do it as a lightning round, and let's discuss them in our segment that we call Saved by the Bell. But of course, there's a twist, and it's my favorite anti-Faye twist. Give me my bell back.
It's my birthday. Let me have the bell.
It's
what?
Not your birthday.
It's not my birthday.
Not your birthday. Excuse me. She would have lied. If I didn't call her out, she would have gotten through that card.
I don't think it's your birthday.
All right, I know, isn't that terrible? That reflects on lesbians so badly. Do you have a committee that can vote somebody out
it's
of the club?
The lesbian's birthday
like that.
No, it doesn't. Well, maybe it should. Maybe it should.
Lesbians are not a monolith, Al.
Maybe it should be. I don't know. All right, well, we're going to discuss each of these headlines for just 1 minute. And at the end of the minute, you're going to hear this bell to stop and move on, no matter where you are. Please be in mid-sentence, please. All right, here we go. Prostate cancer is a major health issue for many men. New research indicates you can help lift that burden by one load at a time. Saved by the Bell headline number 1, a new health study suggests ejaculating often, at least 27 times a month, reduces the risk of cancer.
Okay.
What do y'all think?
So that's what you boys are working so hard for, huh?
I just threw up in my mouth a little bit.
Your prostate health. Now I get it.
Am I bragging to say the first week in August? I'm good.
I mean,
27 times. How do you people keep jobs? Oh my God.
Why do you have so much free time on your hands?
Well, the hands are part of the thing.
Yeah, I was going to say, you got to ask more.
You don't have free time on your hands at the end, by the way. You have something else.
Evening routine.
And evening
Wow.
routine.
In the car,
grinder routine.
Deloads in the back end count too?
Wow.
Oh my
No,
God.
No, you
they
have
do not.
have
No. Well,
I mean,
all right.
They hit the
Moving
bell.
on. All right.
They hit the bell.
Okay, Faye hit
Thank
the bell,
you.
right. You lesbian girls, you. All right. When you apparently don't care about our cancer risk.
I mean, we do, but
it's okay. We're all safe.
Yeah, all right, we're safe. Well, maybe
I still
not.
have chocolate syrup on my butt. Yeah.
All right. When a shop in Aberdeen, Washington hung a transphobic sign, a transgender councilwoman had something to say about it. And we've got to show you this first. Watch this.
Transgender councilwoman says he's a bigot who went to the dark side on her.
You are nuts. You're not a woman. You don't look like a woman. You don't act like a woman.
The confrontation started inside.
Trans women are women. Get a trans women are women.
And spilled into the street.
You are not a chick.
Aberdeen Councilwoman Tiesa Meskis confronted owner Don Suker about a sign he posted in his store saying, if you are born with a slang for a male body part, you are not a chick.
What he wrote there was so demeaning and so dismissive of who I am and who any trans woman is.
Meskis, a trans woman, says she knows Suker has the right to say what he wants.
You're nuts. You need to back off now. No, you do.
But she wanted to tell him to his face it was hurtful.
I would really like them to open their eyes and their heart and see that, you know, we are people, we are who we are, and all we want to be is accepted in our community.
Well, just for clarity, if you were born with a dick, you are not a chick. That's what he said. Saved by the Bell headline number 2. Trans councilwoman, this is the councilwoman of this town, confronts this bigoted store owner as trans women are women, sir. What do y'all think?
Can I tell you that Tiesa Meskis gives me life, okay?
Yes.
I am following her on all social media platforms now, mama, okay? Accept me. Oh my God, how incredible that is. Like, she went in there and told him what she felt. And she's a councilwoman, you know? She's respected in that community, and she made sure that the voiceless had a voice at that moment.
Yes.
You know, but that guy has a small penis, I know it. And he should be hung by his balls.
Yes.
And he's running a Star Wars souvenir shop. I mean, seriously, not high on the
Right?
intelligence scale.
Yeah, and how are you not inclusive of trans people? Come on.
Major incel energy, but I mean, really, get a hobby. Get a hobby. You feel that strongly about something that has nothing to do with you, that you have to put a sign on the front of your store window? Get a hobby.
Right.
But also, I mean, really, it's like people who are homophobic. You're not afraid of anything. You're an asshole.
Right.
Like, you need a hobby, really.
I'm not sleeping with you. Like, oh my God.
Wait,
It affects you not at all.
Can we just make sure that we're clear on Gordon's soundbite? Get a
Hobby!
All right, got it. The group Queer Arcana has taken drag, now listen carefully, and nerd culture to entire new levels with dungeons and drag queens? Saved by the Bell headline number 3. We learned this week the magic of drag queens playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Now, maybe it'll make D&D more interesting. What a freaking boring, weird.
Wrong.
I would never.
Wrong.
God.
I'm too busy trying to have sex 26 times a month. I'm sorry. I have. Well, wasn't that the
27.
27.
Excuse you! I can't stand up and yell at you because I'll get yelled at for being out of frame. But as an avid player of Dungeons and Dragons,
how did I know you were an avid player?
You are wrong.
Wait.
I'm with you, sis.
I have been following Dungeons and Dragons for years, by the way.
The nerd
Dungeons
fight
and
is getting ready
Drag?
to flash.
Dungeons and
Or
Drag.
Dungeons and Dragons.
No, Dungeons and Drag is they're on Facebook and I've been following them for years. I love what they do. They represent gay people in the nerd community, and they also represent the disability community quite a bit as well. I love D&D, so I'm super thrilled by that.
I love this so much. My son leads a D&D group, and I can't wait to tell him about this. I'm so excited.
Still boring.
I support you, D&Ders.
How about the drag queens are doing?
Yes.
Does that
But
surprise y'all?
but it doesn't surprise me because we're everywhere. Gays are everywhere, right? We're nerds too. So I mean, like, why not enjoy it? Like I said, this might make it interesting. I probably would want to see a drag show that had something to do with that D&D crap. If it had drag queens leading it. If it had, imagine TP Lords being what do you are? A warrior or something? What do you do?
Wizard.
I
Okay, a
usually
wizard.
play as a druid. But you play D&D with me, and you'll have fun. And honestly, this is a moment where you can recognize the crossovers of our community, because a lot of gay people are also nerds, and gay culture and nerd culture are really about accepting people. This is something you should be celebrating.
Yeah, intersectionality. I love that.
So boring.
You've never played.
All right. Wait, one more time. There we go. All right. Fleshers.
Flashers? Did you say flashers?
Flashers. I heard flashers.
Oh.
A chain of high-end butcher shops around New York City area is temporarily closed. Now, before you feel sad for them, understand what happened. One of the owner's friends was offended by pride flags and a BLM sign in one of their locations. Saved by the Bell, headline number 4. A chain of fancy New York butcher shops had to close after the staff walked out on the owner because he pulled the pride flags down.
That's direct action.
Yes.
That's how you get things done.
That's true.
I don't need your money. Peace. I'm out. That's how you do it.
Well, and right now, the labor force is really like hard out there. There's so many jobs, that there's so much opportunity that the people can really come together and go, look, this place doesn't really represent my values. I don't have to work here anymore.
Exactly.
So kudos to all of those people. I mean, like 2/3 of the staff walked off. They just said, bye, peace. They could not give those sirloins away.
Did anybody love the idea that LGBT was walking away even though meat was involved?
Sausages.
Wait. Did they walk away or did they sashay?
You know, when I first saw this story, I thought, wow, I really do wish Marsha P. Johnson could see a story like this.
Right.
And they would go, phew, that's exactly every reason that we did what we did.
And it makes me glad I've been a vegetarian since 1979.
You couldn't, you just had to say it.
You just had to. All right. All right. Russian newscasters. This is one of the big stories out of the last 2 weeks. Russian newscasters are apparently so insecure in their sexuality. Translation: their dicks are so small that they turn to attacking LGBTQ plus athletes. Saved by the Bell. Headline number 5. Russia Olympics doesn't have enough to worry about. Oh, by the way, I want to make sure you know, there was no Russia in the Olympics. They've cheated so much over the last 8 years, they could only come in as the Russian Olympic Committee and not even use the word nation of Russia or the national anthem. That's how bad off they are. They have so much to worry about. What they are going to do is distract all of us in national television homophobia in Russia about all the gayness that was going on in the Olympics. What do y'all think?
They were calling Laurel Hubbard disgusting. They were saying that we were just all pedophiles. I mean, they were saying just horrific things. Like, they had nothing else to say but just anti-LGBTQ plus all the way.
Well, it's typical bully behavior. They're bullies. Right. That's what it is. And so, boo-hoo for them.
But also, shame on the Olympics for even allowing there to be a Russian Olympic Committee team. That should never have flown, and it shows that the Olympics is kind of weak in how they come after this.
Just in fairness, I have to balance your observation. Do you punish the individual athletes for the state's action?
They are more than just individuals. They represent their country on the world stage.
All right, well, okay, that's a very strong
Look at it. Look at it.
Good argument.
Okay. Are we done on Russia?
I hate Russia.
Russia's trash.
Did we conclude small
F
penises?
those guys.
We're small penises. All right. The Southern Baptists, speaking of small penises, the Southern Baptists would have you believe that Gay Days is a time when deviants bring all their deviant behavior to Walt's sacred family destination and try to poison it with our agenda. Saved by the Bell, headline number 6, September is upon us, which means we're learning about the truth of what really goes on at Gay Days in Disneyland. It's getting ready to happen. What do you think about some of the protests of Gay Days that's getting ready to go on?
I'm one of those deviants that they're talking about, so I love it. I've been to Gay Days for the past 4 years. I love Gay Days. You know what was really sad that we're not talking about? The fact that One Magical Weekend has branched off from Gay Days and has split up the event from what it used to be, because Gay Days isn't what it used to be anymore.
No.
But you know what Gay Days is, Gordon? It's a day, it's a weekend where we can wear rainbow ears and walk down the promenade with the person that we love without any judgment, anybody looking at us or anything. But that's what it is. We're not there having sex on, it's a small world after all. We're not.
Yes, and also
unless it's nighttime, then maybe.
And also it's a highlight of the Orlando gay community, who does not get enough credit for how accepting they really are. And they really are, because Gay Days is one of the few gay events I've ever been to where all the different types of people, all the different bodies, all the different sexualities are welcomed and accepted.
Yes, I was so excited to attend the first Gay Days that I ever went to, that I accidentally told the person that I was with at that time that I loved her. Because
open bar, baby, open bar.
Lesbian.
Now, I'm curious, did you meet her standing in the ticket booth line outside the gate?
No,
was that the U-Haul ride?
Oh,
No.
just because she's a lesbian, you think they moved in the next day together?
I mean, we kind of did, but, whatever.
Don't forget.
All right, fine. We got it. We understand every lesbian joke there is. All right.
There's only 2.
But they're funny as hell.
They are funny.
7.4 million Americans are behind in their rent right now. LGBTQ plus individuals in service and entertainment jobs. We were the #1 impact of the pandemic in loss of jobs because of service in entertainment jobs are some of the hardest hit because of the pandemic. So Saved by the Bell, headline number 7. I don't sleep very well anymore, many are saying, because many LGBTQ plus people face economic cliffs if eviction protections end next month. What do y'all think?
The reality is that most in our LGBTQ plus community, a lot of us don't have insurance. A lot of us don't have savings. A lot of us don't, if we don't go to work, we don't get paid. We don't have the whole little vacation time and all that kind of stuff, So a lot of LGBTQ people were really affected. So think about it. It's been almost 2 years of this, guys, so you can't pay rent and your landlords have to pay a mortgage. What happens? They've got to kick you out. We're going to see a huge rise in a lot of our folk being out in the street and needing a lot more help.
Yeah, so I'm glad this is a topic, because this is actually part of what I do for a living, is helping people find housing who are on the street. So what I want to make sure everybody knows is that you need to know your rights. Whatever state you're in, know what the eviction laws are, know what your rights are. But more importantly, right now, you can avoid an eviction. The CARES Act has already been passed, and most local governments have a ton of money that they're giving out for a rapid rental relief. And half of them also cover your utilities. So see what your local county government has and go for it. Apply for it. It might take some time, but you can go for it. And also, the eviction stay is still on for most of the country because of the infection rates, including Broward County, and you can fight it. And if you're in Broward County and if you're about to get evicted, contact Legal Aid of Broward and get a lawyer and fight them and apply for rental assistance aid because you can stay where you are.
All right. Well, finally tonight, let's move out of our Saved by the Bell headlines. Finally tonight, of course, you know, this is a show about the LGBTQ community. So it means what?
Sex!
It means sex. Why do you never yell sex?
I mean, Faye's got it covered, so, I don't want to steal that whole spotlight from her because...
She's got her business to think about.
And I am kind of a professional, so,
Okay, all right.
She's also a little scared, just a little.
All right.
Also, Faye's a top.
Yeah.
I'm a top? What do you mean?
I've learned more about these girls than I ever really thought I was ever going to learn. All right, well, it is about sex and relationships of what we're going to do next. We're going to play another game, and our game asks, who would you do, what would you do to 3 different interesting people? And tonight, our game, of course, an original game that we played when we launched this show 3 years ago called Shag, Marry, Chop. And our theme tonight is called... We thought we were coming out of pandemic, so we thought this was a really good idea. We'll see in a month. Our theme is random guys who make the summer even hotter. All right, so this week we're going to play with Stav Nataf. He's an Israeli model. Eddie Carrington, he's a fitness instructor. And Gil Crows, he's a Barbados comedian and model. And he's also a well-known TikToker. All right, so let's play Shag, Marry, Chop. And Faye, let's start with you.
I am going to shag the crap out of Stav. Yeah, Stav Nataf. Yeah, I'm strapping it on and I am doing it. I am doing it.
Wait, you're strapping it on? Is that
course.
what I
Yes.
just heard?
What?
Well, you're learning too much again?
She's a
Sorry,
top.
Al. Yeah.
I just said she's a top.
Duh. Oh my goodness. Yes, totally shagging him. I am marrying Eddie Carrington because that quarantine 15 is real and I'm fat. So if I have a husband that'll work me out, then I'll be good. And I'm just gonna have to chop Gil because he already gets on my nerves and I can't even hear him, which is so weird. I mean, I don't know. Like he seems obnoxious and I don't even know the guy.
He's funny. He's funny. Does that change anything for you?
Changes everything for me.
It changes everything, doesn't it?
Man,
That's interesting.
That's a hard one.
All right, and Gregg Shapiro?
Yes, it is.
Who said
I am going
You're
to
shagging.
shag Eddie. I like the way he bounces. He's got a lot of energy. I'm going to marry Stav to make Mama Shapiro happy.
Wait, that was a Jewish reference?
And I'm
You're going to marry him because he's Jewish.
You're in South Florida, Al. Wake up.
Right.
And I'm going to chop Gil because there's only room in the bed for one funny person, and that's me.
Oh.
Hey.
Oh, I was gonna say he was gonna be alone in bed.
All right. Okay. I've got jokes, by the way. Lexi Goza, who are you shagging?
Oh boy,
Well, none of them.
This is I mean none of them. But honestly,
Look at Gil. Oh, the boy is
listen,
cute as all get
I
out.
really like Gil because he might be considered as the most feminine one of the 3.
Ah, okay, that's a good way to put it.
Right?
Yeah.
So Gil, I think I would marry because I need somebody who makes me laugh.
This is called Shag, Marry, Chop. We play Shag first.
Okay. So I would shag Eddie because I mean, look at that body.
Fitness.
Yeah, he's keeping it real and working out, and I need some more
So
of that
you're
in my
shallow.
life.
You've just told us you're shallow.
A little bit.
Okay, got it.
And then I would marry Gil because again, he's gonna make me laugh, and I need that in my life, right? I need a relief
You
from
can
my
cheat
busy
on him
schedule.
anytime you want.
I love that. So if I'm gonna cheat, I would definitely cheat with Stav, but I'm gonna have to chop him for this time because I have to.
All right.
choose
Well,
somebody to chop.
you have to chop
He's
him.
a little annoying because of the whole what are you doing with your pectoral muscles? I don't understand.
Gay guys, they do that when they're capable of doing
I gotcha.
But see, it's perfectly natural that you would chop him because then you can have a real legitimate, I've got him on the side because I don't like him. I chopped him. And so Gil never catches you.
Yes, I love that.
All right. And Gordon Woodworth III, our Gen Zer, is going to shag.
I love
Wait.
this.
Which one is going to shag you?
Oh, okay. Oh, so you're just outing me as a bottom? Okay.
Nice.
Well, I love.
Oh, child, if you think I just outed you.
No, first of all, I'm first. But second of all, I love this conversation.
And this is a pencil.
Yeah, and you're young. So I'm excited about this conversation about multiple partners as a polyamorous person because I'll have all three of them in reality.
Yes.
But if I'm gonna have to pick one just to
See,
shag,
that's a Gen Zer thing. They're greedy as all get out.
why can't I have it all, Al?
Yes, well, all right.
So
you can.
if it's shag, like a one and done, it's gonna be Gil because he kind of seems the right amount of dumb for me. You know, just for a one night stand.
Wait.
You know?
Bring it back. All right.
I have been out with you a number of times where you've brought a partnered person with you. Do they apply in that same standard that you just created?
I mean, he can do. No, my husband is very intelligent.
I know he is. That's why I'm shocked.
But
that
that's
you said
why
he
I
just
said
has the
this
degree
is
of
the
dumb.
one and done.
Oh, one time. One and
Duh.
done. Got it.
Okay.
Did you just call me dumb?
No. The dumb ones are the ones that go the hardest. That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
So if for a one night stand, it's going to be Gil. Also, I like a chest tat, but I wonder if he actually knows the mythology behind the symbols
Oh
that are on
my
his body.
He doesn't.
He doesn't.
Trust
He was pretty to
finish.
Gil.
He doesn't, which is how I know he's probably pretty dumb, which means he probably fucks pretty hard.
All right. All right.
So
And you're married.
So my Mary is Stav because I love a good man tit, and I love a good beard. So that's gonna be because again, the Mary one is the one that you're gonna shag over and over and over. And I'll say that as a married person. It's the one you're going to shag over and over and over. So it's going to be stuck. And only by default, I'm going to chop Eddie because he's going to try to make me exercise and shit, and I'm not doing it.
No.
I'm not doing it.
I hear that.
Yeah. That's what 26-year-olds say. Yeah. See, this is where it
25.
starts. Oh my God, that's what 26.
See, I was never
All
correct.
right. All right. So that's our game, Shag, Marry, Chop. Fun. We play it every single week. We hope you've enjoyed it. Well, before we end the show, we're going to introduce you to our sponsor, Jet's Pizza. If you're coming to South Florida, you've got to try this pizza. It's the pizza of choice. It's going to fall out on the table.
I'm a pro, bitches. How long have I been doing this now?
I'm not sure. How long have you been doing it?
It won't fall. Trust.
Okay. All right.
And it smells delicious, and pepperoni is yummy, and the cauliflower crust, you've got to try it. So if you're anywhere near a Jets, order your food today, all right? Smoke out and have some pizza.
All right. Well, we're getting ready to enjoy it, and we thank Jet's Pizza for the sponsorship of It's Happening Out. Well, that's it, South Florida and America. Another week with you and the world's first and most popular live LGBTQ plus talk show in the world. Before we sign off, let's hear from our host for one final good night. And we'll begin with a good night from Faye What?
Faye What? So make sure you catch me back here on Monday and Wednesdays doing Queer News Tonight with Al Ferguson, my favorite white person in the whole entire world.
Wait, what?
Excuse me.
My third favorite white person in the whole entire world. And we'll be back here for IHO at 9 p.m. next Wednesday as well. Make sure that you go to my YouTube channel, Faye What on YouTube, and subscribe, like, and watch all my crazy videos. I got some crazy stuff going on in there, but I usually have a lot of fun, and I have incredible guests, and some of them I steal right from here. So go watch it and check it out. Thank you to Happening Out Television for giving me a place to sit down at a table and hang out with like-minded, crazy-ass people just like me that are the best representations of our community, and I wouldn't have it any other way. See you guys next week.
It's interesting because the only two words that I heard her say was, or three words, I steal, and 4 words, I steal, I'm crazy.
Well,
that's all I
change
heard.
the battery on your hearing aid and you'll hear it all.
And a good night from Gregg Shapiro.
Vaccinate, vaccinate, vaccinate.
Thank you very much. And a good night from Lexi Goza.
So email me at lexi@lexigoza.com. Visit me, lexigoza.com, to get a quote for you, all of your insurance needs. Literally, we do everything. So please visit lexigoza.com and also sign up to be a mentor for the Aqua Foundation for Women.
Yeah, and because you're a business professional, I won't make the joke that we do literally everything. So I won't
You
make
just
that
did.
joke. Oh, wait. And
I
good
love you
night,
for it.
from Gordon Woodworth III.
Well, merry meet, merry part, everyone, and I hope everybody had a blessed Lunasad, and I am excited for the upcoming Mabone, and if you are interested in Mabone at Modron, the god, after the god, learn mythology, I'm excited for this
Could you
weekend.
twist your head around on your shoulder any more than you've been twisting?
Well, you want some pea soup?
Ooh, yes, please.
Check us out on AltSpace Pagans in VR. We're doing wonderful things. Check us out on Saturday. We're having our class on finding your guides and Pagan Chat. And we're going to be featured in the virtual Burning Man, the official Burning Man
awesome.
online in AltSpace. Check us out.
great.
Pagans in VR is going to be doing a public moon ritual as part of Burning Man. So go on AltSpace VR and check us out. Pagans in VR.
I've always wanted to go to
Burning Man.
Always,
yes.
my whole life. That's great, Gordon. I'm very happy for you. All right. Well, we always challenge you. Is what you've watched tonight important to you? Have you heard this kind of conversation about the LGBTQ plus community or in the LGBTQ plus community? Except for your kitchen table? Probably not. But you sat right here at the proverbial LGBTQ plus kitchen table right along with us. And we shade and read and talk about everything. We think what we're talking about here is pretty fun and pretty interesting, with the exception of some of the stuff that Gordon says. But outside of that, it's great. We are here every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. live. And don't forget, Queer News Tonight is daily at 8 p.m. Hotspots Magazine and WMEG Events is right along with us. And remember, if it's important to you, it's happening out. We'll see you next week. Good night.
Bye.